What do you think of Oscar saying that Triple G is scared and that's why they're moving on with negotiations?
That's so funny. Oscar's a fighter. I don't know how many fights Oscar had in the 40s or something. I don't think he went into a fight ever scared. I don't think any fighter ever goes into a fight scared. Oscar is trying to talk as a promoter, but he's talking nonsense. He's said a lot of stupid things that people are laughing. It's unfortunate that he's not being realistic about the things that he says, not being thinking about the things that he says. The fighters are the ones that should be saying the stupid shit that he's saying, but he's trying to sell a fight. He's trying to sell his fighter. He's trying to be a promoter, but he's saying the wrong things because people are seeing right through that.
I personally, and I'd never really speak out about my opinion ever, but I have been very vocal about the fact that, like I said, intentional or unintentional, you're responsible, like you said, for what goes into your own body, and you're responsible for having to take ownership of what happened. Therefore, big payday missed out, all the stuff that happened. I do believe that this fight is 50-50, and I always believed it was, to be honest with you.
You know, the other thing, too, that where Golovkin feels so put to the side, set aside and not thought of, is we go to Las Vegas to a hearing on April the 18th, and they do an investigation which everything else has been public. Why wasn't the investigation made public? Why wasn't what they found out made public, since everything else, even Oscar talking about the percentages, everything else seems to come out in the wash? Why not that? But they give him a 6-month suspension, retroactive to when he tested positive. In the 6 months that he's under suspension, he can reapply for a license, I think, in late August. But in those 6 months that he's under suspension, he's not under their jurisdiction, so he's not being tested. So that means that supposedly now he signed up for VADA, but all those days that he wasn't, who was keeping track?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Oscar De La Hoya needs a brain scan. He needs a neurologist. Yeah. If he really believes what he said about Triple G and Canelo, then he really needs help, man. He really needs help. First of all, Triple G wasn't the one in the wrong here. Second of all, he's the one. Second of all, being the largest fact in this whole discussion, Oscar, man, your boy was in the wrong. He's the one that lost. He's the one that tested positive. You can't be throwing around weight you don't have. Listen, I get it. Canelo is a superstar in boxing. He's not the biggest name in boxing anymore. He's not the most relevant name due to the last loss he had. The only foothold he has in boxing is a superstardom in boxing. Meaning the only thing he brings to the table right now in boxing is the fact that the last fight he had, he technically lost, got cheated out of a loss, cheated in testing, and now is back in the testing pool just to fight other people. The only card he has to play in boxing is the fact that he's a star. There's no other card, man. None of the boxing fans have any ounce of respect for Canelo due to the fact that you all are acting like little bitches, man. Listen, I get it. You're trying to get your money's worth. You're trying to exercise the superstar card as much as you can with Canelo, but that ship has sailed. Your golden boy took the gold right out of your room, man. There's not much you can do except meet with the Golovkin team, meet the demands, and go fight. Go fight simply because you all know you were in the wrong. You lost the last time. You're going to lose this time. And if there's a third, you're going to lose that one. Why? Golovkin is the superior fighter. Plain and simple. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I am out.
Thumbs down and the bird. I love you, Mike. I love you, Mike. You said something like this for me, and now I say you. I love you. See you soon, boy. You will.